Hey, welcome back to Evil's Comics. I'm your host with the most, Evil Mike. Just playing. I'm just Evil Mike. But hey, this is my new comic book pickups from December 28th, 2022 and January 4th, 2023. This is the part 2 video. As foretold, I went to work, went to my LCS. I'm just getting home, took a shower, and here we are. Before I show you all these fantastic covers and possible reviews for coming up of the week, please like, comment, and subscribe on this guy's little box, Since you're here and I have you and you made it this far, 42 seconds in, go ahead and hit the like button while you're listening. You know what I'm saying? It's that easy. No, don't do what you do what you want to do. Just a suggestion. Okay, so let's get to it. So from December 28th, 2022, I still have this many books left. From Boom Studios, we got Damn Them All, issue number 3. I love purple, big fan of purple. And I don't remember, but I don't think I had too many choices on the variants. These are all hand-picked variants. I went on the days that the comic books came out. I just couldn't get them at that time. We got DC Comics, Tim Drake, Robin, and I think this is issue number 4, yes. And this is, it's an homage, I'm drawing a blank, but I think it's Batman Inc. I think it's with Batman and Damian. Correct me if I'm wrong, I love that stuff, the interaction. Next up, DC Comics, this is Punchline, the Gotham game. I think this is issue number 3, yes. And if I'm not mistaken, yeah, Rose Besh. I'm a big Rose Besh fan. I think everything I've seen from her I've liked. I'm not a huge fan. I don't, go out, but I do enjoy all her, very artistic artwork. And then she's doing my girl, Punchline. Next up, we got DC Comics, Batman, Gotham, Gilded Knights, hold on. Batman, Gotham Knights, Gilded City. This is issue 3 of 6 with the code inside. I've actually been giving the codes to my best friend Daryl, who actually has the game. I'm kind of pissed off because it's only on brand new systems, and I don't have a brand new PS5, which is like impossible to get. Yeah. Next up, we got DC Comics. We got the Riddler Year 1, issue number 2, the tie-in from the recent Robert Pattinson, Batman movie. I was really a big fan of the first issue. Oh, a little side note, it's also written by Paul Dano, the actor who played Riddler in the movie. But so far, the first issue was fantastic. These are, let me see, I got DC Comics, Batman, The Audio Adventures, issue number 4, and I was halfway tempted to drop this. I'm not even reading it. I do love Batman, The Audio Adventures that they came out with, and the past and the HBO ones that they started recently. But the first volume of this, it was just a little, it just didn't fit for me. I don't know what to say. It's not bad, but the only reason I'm still going is because it's a 6-issue series. I'm already 4 issues in. I might as well, just keep stacking them. And maybe one day I'll just binge them. Okay, so these last 2 books were the pricey books, and one of them I wasn't going to even get because of how expensive it was. And honestly, I'm not a big fan of it, and I'll explain why. Okay, so the first one is Boom Studios, and I think this is, no, I'm going to cheat and look before I name it. This is Book of Slaughter. This is the new spin-off from Something Is Killing the Children and House of Slaughter. It is $9.99. It was a pricey book, but it is a fat boy. They had 3 different covers that I saw, and everybody was grabbing the regular cover, so I went with the House of the Slaughter variant. It looks like a book, and I dig that. Okay, so this next book, I am a huge fan of Stan Lee, huge. He was one of the people that I definitely wanted to meet before he passed away, and sadly we lost him before I had that chance. Stan Lee has always been one of my biggest idols, just based on who he was. It's not even what he created and stuff, and yes, I love everything that he created, but it's Marvel, and when DC collaborated with Stan Lee to like, come up with his renditions of the famous DC characters. I wasn't a big fan of that. I was more of a fan of like, give these, Stan Lee like his own time to create his own characters within the DC universe. But it went the other way, where he was allowed to, take all the famous characters we know, like Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, all those, and they have like Stan Lee versions of it. I mean, honestly, how do you do that? Batman was already established for like 70 years before that. You would have to find someone that doesn't know who Batman is and be like, describe him, and be like, how would your Batman look, kind of thing. So I wasn't really going to pick this up. And honestly, the cover kind of sold me. I love Rossimo's art, and that's why I picked this book up. It is $9.99, and it's a very pricey book, and supposedly there is a first appearance of like a new Joker, which surprised me that they didn't, Stan Lee didn't do a Joker back in the day. Like I said, I never read these, so they could be like the greatest stories ever. I don't know. I just didn't like the look and the aesthetic and the concept of the design. I was more a fan of like, Stan Lee creating his own universe within the DC universe. I thought that would have been dope. But I do love this cover. I love Rossimo's art. I know a lot of people are not a big fan of Rossimo's art, but ever since Harley Quinn, this current run, I'm a huge Rossimo fan, so that had me sold. Just on the cover alone. I don't even necessarily know if I plan to read it. Let me know down below if you want me to read it and maybe review it, something like that. If I get enough, requests, then I'll definitely do it. But that was 12/28/2022. Now let's get to the new books of the new year. Well, I already picked up some, but this is the last of it. Dynamite. We got Vampirella versus Red Sonja, issue number 3. I've been enjoying this series. I can't say they catfished us because it's not regular like the Red Sonja that most people are aware of, or regular Vampirella. It's kind of like variants of both of them. It's still a phenomenal story so far, but I've been enjoying it. Everything Dynamite I've been picking up that I've been staying within my wheelhouse, kind of thing. Next up, we got the finale issue of DC Comics Sword of Azrael 6 of 6. Man, I mean, this series was so dope all the way through. The one shot that started the series and then this whole series. A bunch of these books I wanted to review, and I should have, but I mean, we're at the end of it. It's Sword of Azrael all the way through. The art, the story, everything was fantastic. This one I have no knowledge on the character whatsoever, and I don't even understand. I've never understood. I understand in the real world how he exists, how it happened. It was a color error, and that's how we got this character. But now he is a physical character within the Marvel Universe. I've never quite understood it, but I went ahead and grabbed it anyways. That is Joe Fixit. I've always loved his name, but he's the Grey Hulk, if you're not familiar with him. I picked up this variant just to be different. Everybody was grabbing the main A variant. But I have no knowledge on how he even exists separate from the Hulk, because technically when I was growing up, it was explained he was the Hulk. It was just a color error. But now we have Joe Fixit, right? And Joe Fixit is his own character. I have no knowledge on Joe Fixit, which is funny because I should, him and Patch, with Wolverine and stuff, we're a team and stuff, and I've always been a huge Wolverine fan. But I went ahead and grabbed it anyways, and I'm going to check it out. We're going to see. Next up has been a fantastic story. It's been single, kind of an anthology series, but this is Fantastic Four, issue number 3, the Alex Ross cover. I think it's cover A, and this is the Human Torch story. So far we had Thing and his wife, and then we had Mr. Reed and Mrs. Reed, Invisible Woman. That was the second issue. But so far it has been a good kind of anthology series, because none of them are together, and we're getting to why they're not together. Next up, a pricey book, but it was worth it. This is the Joker, the Man Who Stopped Laughing, issue number 4. This has been a fantastic read. I know right now in the comic book world, there's some weird, mad speculation about Joker being pregnant. Just to let you know, that side story is like a flashback dream kind of scenario. We're talking about Joker's flashbacks, okay? And yes, it's supposedly he's supposed to be pregnant in this book, but the characters that are in this issue with him died in the last issue. It's a dream, people. Read your comics. I haven't even read it, and I already know from all the previous side stories from 1, 2, 3, 4. We're at the 4th issue. It's like a dream hallucination. I don't time trial. It's weird, but it's still entertaining. Marvel, we got issue number 4 of Spider-Man. I mean, I know a lot of people are Spider-Man out. I'm not, because I haven't been on the Spider-Man bandwagon. But I've been trying to get back into one of my favorite characters. I've always loved Spider-Man, so I mean, me being absent for like, I want to say the 5 or 6 years that I took the break on Spider-Man, that big enough gap, and I don't, and I'm trying to catch up, and I want to, thank Brian, and, and Spidey Mike, and a couple other people for helping me catch up. Last up is a book that I'm not reading because this is volume 2. But if you know me, I pick up like everything I can from this woman. This was actually, and I just gave it away. Yeah, this is Image Comics Unnatural Blue Blood. I think this is issue number 5. This is the Spawn variant. And this is where it got hard because I don't think this is Mirka. No, this is Enio Buffy is the artist. But I couldn't pass on the Spawn variant. And I usually always pick up Mirka's covers. I might go back and grab, the cover A just for that. No, but it is in the series I'm reading because I haven't read Unnatural, the first series. I am collecting it. I think I'm missing like the last 5 issues, and I'm waiting until I get it all. But I am stacking these, so when I finish that, then I'll be able to read all these. I'm trying to read everything Mirka's done, and I'm getting close. I'm only missing a couple different series that she's done. But that is everything. There was one book that I was going to grab, but then after I saw the price, I passed on it. I passed on the first volume that came out last year, but that's Marvel Comics Timeless, issue number 1. It actually had a fantastic Kang cover, the one that I had picked out. I have been steadily becoming a bigger Kang fan, which is funny because growing up I was not a Kang fan. I didn't like the way his appearance and his look, and but I am slowly becoming a Kang fan. I'm realizing how big a badass a villain he is within the Marvel Universe. But hey, that's everything I grabbed. Gonna try and keep it short. It's Friday night. There's a lot going on. I'm not going to be so active in the community tonight because my internet is just lagging all day long. I don't know what's going on with Colorado. It's so frustrating to no end to for me to want to be more involved, and every time I try and get involved, my phone is acting up, and I don't know. But hey, I appreciate everybody that watches my videos, that comments, that whether it's a simple thumbs up versus a long drafted out comment. I'll let y'all know on a tip. I'm a comic book reader. I read books. There's a ton of books behind me. I have a book right here that that I'm reading along with all the comics that I read on a weekly basis. The length of your comments, the longer they are, it's always the better. I read all of them to the detail. I try and reply to the multiple things that you say. That's some of the funnest stuff, is going through the comments, reading them. I can tell you some of my favorite people in this community are solely based on the interaction that I have on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? The comments and stuff. That's what I got on YouTube for, was to interact with people and to have a free story time where I go through the comics and reveal what other people would not. That's why I'm so evil, No, that's not what I'm saying. Alright guys, I'm going to keep it short, sweet. I will let y'all go, and y'all go, I hopefully have a great Friday. I'll stay safe. Anybody needs me out there. I know we just went through the holidays. Our wallets are pretty heavy, locked down, you know what I'm saying? There are a lot of reasons to be, going through stuff in the world. I just went through a bad week, a brand new 2023, you know what I'm saying? But I'm not going to let it get me down. I'm here celebrating you know, just enjoying comics, stories, art, and the people that are enjoying them alongside me. I don't know. I'll let y'all go, guys. All right. Back!